There is a part of life that almost no one talks about. Not the big dreams, not the big plans. It's the fine print we only discover after life has already begun. It's like signing a contract without reading all the clauses. You know what you want, you know what you expect, but you only learn all the conditions when they start happening. And suddenly, life asks you a question. Not tomorrow, not when you're stronger, now. And that is exactly where many people suffer, because they believe they should know exactly what to do. But maybe that is one of the greatest illusions we carry. Life doesn't hand us a manual. It invites us to develop something far more important: discernment. There is an enormous difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is acting driven by fear, impulsiveness, or despair. Responding is pausing, breathing, and noticing what that moment is truly asking of you. And that is not always easy. There are situations where insisting only increases suffering. There are moments when waiting is an act of wisdom. Because some storms cannot be crossed by running through them, you have to wait for the wind to slow down before you can see the path again. But there are also moments when waiting too long means staying trapped in fear, because some opportunities pass, some conversations need to happen, some choices need to be made, and postponing indefinitely is also a decision. Maybe emotional maturity is not about acting quickly in the face of everything, or waiting for everything to resolve itself. Maybe it is about developing the sensitivity to recognize what each moment of life is asking of you. There is a phrase that has stayed with me. Not every pause is giving up. Not every action is courage. Wisdom is recognizing what each moment of life is asking of us. If we look back, we will notice that the moments that transformed us most rarely came with certainty. They came with doubt, with fear, with insecurity. And yet, somehow we found a way. Not because we knew exactly what to do, but because we learned as we walked. Today, I would like to leave 2 questions with you. Is there a situation in your life where you keep trying to control the storm, when maybe the first step is simply waiting for the wind to slow down? Or is there a decision you keep postponing out of fear, when life is already asking for courage? Maybe growing is not learning to control everything that happens. Maybe growing is developing the wisdom to respond to life with more awareness than impulse. Because life does not wait for us to be completely ready. It simply invites us, every day, to become a little more capable of walking. Every transformation begins when we understand the story that the pain was trying to tell.
I want to talk about something I see often. When life surprises us, our first reaction is almost always to seek control. We want to fix it, act, solve it, and that is human. But there is an important difference between acting from clarity and acting from anxiety. Anxiety pushes us toward action before we have enough information. Discernment invites us to pause, not to escape, but to see more clearly. In psychology, we call this emotional regulation. It is the capacity to tolerate uncertainty without being dominated by it. And this capacity can be developed. Not all at once, but every time you choose to breathe before you react, you are practicing. The question is not, what should I do? The question is, what is this moment truly asking of me? And the answer to that question changes everything. Tell us in the comments, are you in a moment of waiting for the wind to slow down, or of finding the courage to act? Share this with someone who is trying to find the right response to a difficult moment. Subscribe to Ties That Hurt for more reflections on relationships, self-esteem, identity, and emotional healing.